Welcome back to Starseed Essence Media. I'm Eva Rozier, your host. Today's guest has become well known in the consciousness and spiritual communities for his channeling sessions and messages from higher dimensional intelligences. Through trance and communication, Sam shares teachings attributed to beings such as Ra, Metatron, the Palladians, and members of the Galactic Federation. Whether you're a longtime follower or completely new to channeling, today's episode is designed to explore the process, the philosophy, and the profound questions surrounding consciousness itself. Sam, welcome to Starseed Essence Media. I'm so glad that you're here.
Yeah, thank you.
Uh-oh,
Thank you so much for
you
inviting
there?
me uh, to all your followers and to you as well. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to share my message. Yeah, hello.
Hello, Sam. I don't see you or hear you.
Yeah, can you see me? Um, you know,
Sam the Illusionist, welcome to Starseed Essence Media. I'm so glad that you came on. We had a little bit of technical difficulties there, but hey, we made it work some way.
so
For
much for
viewers
inviting me.
meeting,
Yeah.
you're welcome. I'm so happy you're here. The technical difficulties get you kind of frazzled. It's a part of it all, though. It's a part of it. For viewers meeting you for the first time, who is Sam behind the channel?
Actually, um, I, like, am a normal, normal person, and who suddenly discovered channeling while I was doing self hypnosis, and then after that, I started sharing my message to people who wanted to hear the message. And honestly, I did not even know what channeling was when it happened to me. It was, like a totally different thing. But with people, open-minded people all around the world, like you, who have been, you know, um, also, supporting in such fields, like channeling, because many people may think this is weird, and I get many comments. If you read my comments, some people they
Mm-hmm.
think I am crazy. Some people say, I need to take my pills. Some people say stuff like that. But actually, this is what you say, like, um I'm just like acting as messenger to share the message
Yeah.
of these beings. Yeah, that's all
Mm-hmm.
it is. And yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah,
There is
that's how I would like to.
scientific research. Yeah, the scientific research shows that your cells actually vibrate at a higher frequency, and you do have a process that you do before you channel. Can you describe what your process is? I know it has to do with like fasting and certain things like that to get your energy, your frequency up to be able to do this.
Yeah, like you to channel, to prepare myself, usually what I do is, um basically I only consume positive things, right? So it starts with what I watch. So I don't watch in anything like the mainstream news kind of stuff. I watch, something that inspires me, or something that gives me positive energy. And I may watch other people's channeling as well, just to, if I feel good. And also, many a times, what I have found out is that you have to be able to guard yourself from any kind of
Mhm.
negativity, because whenever
Yeah.
you are going to channel something, you have to make sure that your state is at a higher level. And what I also like to do is, I like to stay in positive, like energy, or frequency, like, so basically, every moment, we are experiencing a certain frequency. we may have certain thoughts, we may have certain emotions, and these make up our environment or our frequency in every moment. So what I do is I just become self-aware of what I'm allowing in my frequency, in my space. And if that is creating some kind of negative emotion which I don't want to experience, then I'll just replace it
Right.
with something positive. And you know that's how I usually do that. And other than that, what I do is to prepare myself to enter the state. Usually, what I do is I have to do meditation. There is a pre session of meditation which I do to enter into this state of mind where I am receptive enough, because I have to quiet my thoughts down in order to be able to channel, and to just take out my ego mind from myself to receive the pure transmission. So that's how basically I prepare myself. And other than that, I have to take care of my body, like eat good food, fresh healthy food, and also rest well, which is very important. Yes.
Yes, you've been channeling some amazing things, and you've been doing this for years now, and you've become really popular with it. I found you in the beginning. I was one of the ones, well, my old YouTube channel got deleted, but I was always like messaging. I was so fascinated with it. Whenever you started, I was on there, and I'm like, I'm a starseed. I resonate with a lot of it because a lot of it is very high frequency. It's positive messages from the Arcturians, from the Galactic Federation. Now, whenever you do these, are you visually getting visuals at anywhere in your body, like in your mental state? Are you seeing these beings?
Yeah, many times I have the opportunity of getting glimpses of other dimensions of where they exist. Sometimes I through my channeling state, I may see like light beings, like a cluster of light beings. They may like you may say it's akin to seeing a cluster of star in the night sky, some a similar type of
Hmm.
stuff, I've seen in my mind, when I was channeling certain beings. And also, many times, I have also seen, like some kind of, like environment. It was like a spaceship kind of stuff, when I was channeling Aster. Many a times I have seen that kind of stuff. So what happens is that, my consciousness, sometimes can travel to those locations, and then I can have glimpses of that. So yeah, indeed, that is possible. And also the thing is, like these beings, they exist in a higher level, so they don't require any body, like we do, because they have transcended, like this density, and they exist, much like light, like so they may appear as light. So that's what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that some of these orbs people are seeing and claiming, I've seen them myself. I think they're actually beings. I see them every night. I can call them in, and I have like these little orbs that'll come up to me within arm's lengths. Have you ever seen any orbs or UFOs like in this realm?
Yeah, yeah, I have experienced, these type of extraordinary events, like you said, the orb things. I have seen that. And also, I have seen while I was meditating, like I had the opportunity of, capturing a UFO which was supposedly flying in the sky. So I have seen and experienced stuff like that. And I think you are right. The orbs, they, they very well are, representing these beings, and we may misunderstand them, but they appear as vibration and like orb-like, light, surrounded by light, and, this shimmering frequency. So, that's what I would um, think, like what I have seen
Yeah.
these beings as. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so you know that we discussed for just a few minutes yesterday the prediction from the lady that predicted with the World Cup, that UFOs are gonna and it's supposed to happen tonight. What do you think about that?
I actually didn't get the chance to channel about it, but from my own um, thinking, like she may be tapping into some, reality, because there are infinite timelines, from your life. If you make one decision today, you may enter into another timeline, and if you make another decision, you may enter into another timeline. So what I think is that she may be tapping into a different timeline where this actually happens, and we never know. Like
Yeah.
we could be in the same timeline. So I actually did not channel about this, because I forgot I had to, check and channel about this. But definitely, this is a very interesting thing, that she has said. And maybe, like sometimes we may not even, notice, these beings, because some of these, extraterrestrial beings, they don't have bodies like us, they may appear as light, and we may think, it's some kind of light show happening, but something
Yeah.
else could be going on. And yeah, I mean, it's very hard to describe what how they operate. Yeah.
Yeah. I know that, there's other people teaching out of body experiences, and there's similarities with the channeling protocol and the out of body experience protocol. Do you think that these go hand in hand? Like, are you able to get out of body in the similar to the channeling state? Like you're moving out of your own way and then your body's channeling these other beings that are actually really a part of you anyway? Or is that how it works? What are your thoughts on that?
Out of body experiences, I have experienced during, like deep meditation, or maybe one day, I experienced, when I was in the middle of the night, I had to go to the washroom, and then when I came back, and then suddenly I felt my, body, like there is a rushing feeling, almost, if as if the spirit or my inner self was moving out of body. So I had that experience, once or twice, but I think it's different, like the out of body experience and channeling is totally different, because the out of body, when we just go out of body, we are totally detached from the body. Our body is just there, lying and doing nothing. But in channeling, what happens is that uh, it's like a consciousness, connection. So just like, we are connected through this, like frequency right now. And similarly, like when I tune into that frequency, I somehow get connected with these beings, and it opened through self, meditation and hypnosis and stuff like
Mhm.
that. And I think it's a bit different than out of body experience, because if you go out of body, you may experience other realities, and other realms more fully, and
Realms that exist. Yeah.
you may also, yeah, and you may also feel like your body is limited, because when you have this out of body experience, you can do anything with your spiritual body. You can go anywhere. So yeah, it's a bit different, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, people talk about being able to change their entire body. When they're out of body, they can have long hair when they're bald, stuff like that, which I think is
Right.
it's fun. I've been I go out of body, but I do it with my consciousness, just my consciousness. So my consciousness will like just across the world. I've flown across the Antarctica, the ice wall. I've seen other land, like, just with my not my physical body, though, just my awareness or consciousness. I've been sucked into portals. I've seen the portal, it happens so fast, it's like, and you're sucked through this portal, but I remembered it and going onto a ship. all kind of interesting things. I do think it's all related to consciousness, the the root of it all. And some people are saying that there's these stargates that exist here on Earth, and that it has to do with our consciousness. Our consciousness are connected to it. Do you know anything about stargates?
Yeah, I had channeled about it. Um, I remember, but I have to look at the session because I don't remember it clearly. The sessions. Um, so I think in one of the sessions they stated that even our pyramids, the Giza pyramids, they actually are aligned to the Orion constellation, and uh, if we activate them, they somehow are able to open up a portal or a Stargate, and they supposedly use that 11,000 years ago or something like that, to when there was
Mhm.
this kind of galactic battle happening. They somehow used it as a portal, and then to travel to the Orion star system in very fast, because normally if we travel with the speed of light, even with the speed of light, it takes like many thousands of years to go from one galaxy
Yeah.
to the other. So these targets, they do exist, and I had also channeled. Um, yeah, I had channeled about MH370, that airplane, Malaysian airplane which went missing. If you remember, it's a very famous case. And in that
Yes,
there was
yeah.
a video. Yeah, there was a video which was released. I believe it was recorded by some kind of drone, some kind of American military drone, which supposedly shows these orbs flying around the craft, and then the
Yes.
airplane gets sucked into a portal. Yeah, so I think these beings, they have this kind of technology, like of portals and stuff like that, and they can use it anywhere they want. And yeah, definitely there are many such stargates in our planet.
Yeah, I think so, and some are saying that, there's something to do with here over in the United States. There's a area, it's well known for being like the Rocket City, Huntsville, Alabama, and then there's an area supposedly that there's a deep underground military base there, and it may or may not have some sort of high technology like this. And you hear about that all across the planet, not just in the United States. There's a lot of them, and there's man-made ones, and then there's natural ones, which I know about personally. I know about some natural vortex spots. um, where you live, do you have any kind of like vortex energy anywhere that you can sense, like high frequency
Yeah,
energy, something?
right. Yeah, actually, I was born here. So I live in northeast India, just below the Himalayan ranges. Uh, and we, where I live, there are lots of, people, like, through Buddhist tradition, Buddhism, they practice, different type of meditation and stuff. There are caves here. So this place, like it's filled with, this type of, energetic frequency. Yeah. So very much, holy place. And, I think, like you said, there are certain locations, where you get more energy to, spiritually
Mhm.
evolve, because your environment also plays a huge role. If you are in an environment which supports you to spiritually grow, then you will evolve faster. And I think, like you said, there are definitely um, many places, I have seen, uh, where I live as well. There are, like very high frequency people as well as, very high frequency locations. Some of them, they activate your inner self very deeply.
Yeah. It's a lot of people talk about, Sedona, Arizona. I'm going to go there soon, so hoping to experience that vortex energy.
Yeah, I
So
heard that.
have you ever? I I'm pretty sure you've channeled the Council of Nine. You channeled the Council of Nine?
Council of Nine. Actually, um, I think, I had, uh, I tried to channel the Council of Nine, I think, but maybe they came as like the something else, like Confederation of Planets or something like that. So not exactly the Council of Nine,
Okay.
but um, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Oh,
yeah. Because like what I found was that the Council of Nine members, they are also part of this like um galactic confederation.
try it again. So, as you can see, we have a little bit of technical difficulties. We're going to end this episode now. Please like, share, subscribe, and check Sam the Illusionist YouTube channel out. He has some great content for starseeds, light workers, or anybody exploring consciousness expansion. Check his YouTube channel out. I will add it into the comments below. And thank you again for watching. Namaste.